How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Wasn't too long ago we was talking Bengals 4-4. The gauntlet of a schedule was about to begin. Here we are, fast forward 5 weeks or 5 games later. This Cincinnati Bengals team has won 5 straight games. And now we talk about this team playing best team in the league football right now. And now we question if this team can win out and go 13-4 this season, and very possibly here take away that number 1 seed and have home field advantage still at the AFC if they were to win out. The Bills 3 losses, the Chiefs 3 losses. You would have a win over the Bills if you won out. You'd have a win over the Chiefs if you won out. So some tiebreakers in hand there for the Bengals. The question is, can they win out? You're going to play the Buccaneers in Tampa. You're going to play New England in New England. Tough games to play. I think those are the 2 games teams people look at and say, hey, they should win those 2. No road games easy. You have to be very careful here. The health of the Bengals is going to be very important here. If these wide receivers can get on the field, Higgins, Boyd, when Hurst comes back, these offensive weapons, they're going to mean a little bit more when you go up against a guy like Bill Belichick. They're going to find a way to shut down Jamar Chase if he's your only weapon. As good as Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, he's going to find a way. And you have to beat him another way. And if it wasn't for Jamar Chase last week, you wonder where that offense would have went. Again, though, by the time you get to New England, a couple games so will be under the belt of some of these younger receivers. A little more time to build that chemistry with Joe Burrow. A little bit more time to get into the rhythm of things, play a little better ball. If, again, Boyd and Higgins were to miss time. I would think both of these guys should be back come New England. I think Tampa Bay's the big game there. You got to be careful not to get caught in a trap game. I think the way they're playing, they're going to win that game in Tampa Bay. I think they'll get healthy against New England. I think they'll beat New England. I do think it's really important, though, when you look at this and say, if there's one game that really matters, they've got to be able to beat Baltimore. I think they can go head-to-head against Buffalo. I think that'll be a great game. In Cincinnati, I think they can take Buffalo down. But again, it all comes down to the Baltimore game, because both teams right now sitting at 4 losses. Baltimore's got a very favorable schedule to end the season. They play the Bengals and a bunch of teams below 500. The Browns could put up a fight against Baltimore without a quarterback, but the Bengals will play Baltimore the final week of the season. If Baltimore wins 2 of those 3 games, that game against the Ravens will again be for the division. If Baltimore wins that, they will win the division because the Baltimore Ravens have a better divisional record, and obviously this series will be split between the 2. So that game against Baltimore is so critical. The last thing you want to do, I think, and we say this, but the Bengals did, sit their players last year. The last thing you want to do is end the season on a loss. I think when you see that team play hot, you're the hot team entering the playoffs. That's where you really see that push. And again, that's where you've seen the Bengals kind of get that push, even though they didn't have to play the guys last game of the season last year. Was because, hey, they had to win out, essentially. That's how it felt when they was playing the 49ers, when they was playing the Chiefs. You got to win these games if you want to make playoffs. And if they can ride that wave again this season, find a way to go 13-4, you have to love their chances of making another deep run. But if you were to stumble and fall against one of these teams, anybody but Baltimore, please? Anybody but Baltimore would be great. Baltimore's got to be the one you win. And you got to hope Baltimore loses 1 extra game just in case you were to lose that. But I think it's a team that's more than capable of winning them, though. They're down Hendrickson. They got some injuries to deal with. Really, look at it. You're looking at 2 of their biggest weapons on defense. Awuzie down, Hendrickson down. Guys are going to have to step up. But when you're playing like the Bengals are right now, when you got the offense going like they are right now, they're a tough team to play. And again, I think you see them start to get that health back together there against Buffalo, against Baltimore, when they really need it. They got to get past these first 2 teams. I think if they can, they go and play Buffalo. I think they take Buffalo down. I think it's that Baltimore game that's going to be a fun one. Bengals doing they've done an exceptional job of containing Lamar Jackson on the ground if he comes back and plays healthy. If not, they're going to run the ball regardless. That's how they play. Bengals have done a great job matching up against that run game against teams. As long as they can protect Joe Burrow, of course. I'd like to see it. I think the Bengals have more than the abilities to win out at this point. I still think you say 12-5 is more likely. I think you see them lose one of these games. It's just, again, don't let it be Baltimore, please. That's all we're asking for. Bengals playing some good ball. 12 wins? 12 wins could still potentially... I think that's a number 3 or 4 seed. I do. I don't think Buffalo and Kansas City are both going to lose 2 games to end the season. They might. Anything can happen, but I think those 2 teams, if the Bengals lose 2, they're going to lock that down. Or if they lose 1, they're going to lock that down. Bengals got to win out to get a first or a bye here at home field advantage. I think they can do it. We'll see what happens. Some of you guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.